Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips. Get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. This is your host, Debbie. Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. I'm your host, Debbie, and today we have a very special guest here in the studio. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Dr. Michelle Manning. I'm a Waco native who's been an OB-GYN here in town for about 20 years, delivered lots and lots of babies.
Wow, I'm so excited to have you here in the podcast as part of our wellness series that we're doing right now. Absolutely amazing. With that, I know you already said you're a Waco native, so kind of tell me, what's your Waco journey been? How'd you get started doing this?
So I am generations back in Lorena, so just down I-35, and went to Baylor. Went to medical school down in Houston, met my husband, who's from Dallas, who was also a Baylor Bear, and got serious. He said, I'm never moving back to Waco. There's nothing open after midnight. And I'm like, well, we have a baby, or we're going to have babies, and we're going to have jobs. So we moved to Alabama for training. So that was 4 years in Birmingham. It was beautiful. And then we had a baby, and it was time to move home and have family help. So we moved back and moved directly to Waco in 2005, and we've been here ever since. We both joined practices that we remained with for over 15 years.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. So I know you were talking about literally delivering a baby last night.
12:29.
Wow, that's amazing. So tell me kind of like what this journey has been for you, what kind of you love about it, why you do it, all the things.
Oh, I love labor and delivery. It's my favorite part. But I was interested in women's health from the get-go in med school. So those were always my favorite classes, always the ones I made the best grades in. And so when it came time to choose, OB-GYN was like just a very clear answer for me. And I joined a group here in Waco of people I had known from when I was young. And then we built a huge practice, Waco Center for Women's Health. And we did great and do great. But about 3 years ago, my kids were a little bit older. I wanted to be mentally aware for teenagers late at night, which I wasn't because I was so busy. So I actually split off and opened my own practice, which is Complete Women's Care. And it's a solo practice. It's very small. We take 10 OBs a month and just love it because we're able to really actually develop that patient-physician relationship that I felt like I had lost in the busier practice. And so that's been just really reconnecting with why I went into OB-GYN, because now I know all the people I'm taking care of and know their stories, and have family members referred to me, which is so cool because I'll have a baby that I delivered 6 months ago in with their aunt who's about to it's just cool. Like, I really love it. And in that process of taking care of women and looking towards all their needs, right? Not just delivering their babies. And as I get a little bit older, a little bit closer to menopause, just looking at how can we not only live longer, but really live well. And in doing that, we've found a couple of devices that were really helping our patients, and realized that, hey, they didn't just help women. So we kind of opened a branch called Complete Wellness Care, so that we could offer these services to both men and women.
I love that. And we are here today to talk about an exciting event coming up next weekend.
Yeah.
So tell me all about it.
It's kind of our launch party for complete wellness care. So we're going to have a launch party reception in our office, in our medical office, and introduce everybody to the technology that we have. We've got machines that help with, for women, and this is how it started, urge incontinence, right? Like every mom of 2 or 3 kids knows that you don't get to play basketball anymore. You may not get to jump on the trampoline. Going running is kind of tricky. So we bought a chair that actually develops the pelvic floor and fixes that problem for a lot of women. So we offered it, and then we realized that there were a lot of benefits for men as well, people who'd had prostatectomies or people that were struggling with sexual dysfunction, like just opened up a lot more possibilities. And so then we purchased a second machine that uses the same electromagnetic pulses to stimulate the abs so that your core is stronger, to stimulate the quads. And the wellness piece of that is that I have so many older patients who can't get up out of a chair without using their arms because their muscles have just atrophied due to age, due to illness. An interesting piece of that is we work with Custom Health Waco, and they do a lot of semaglutide therapy and things like that. And you hear, I don't know if you've heard of it, but Ozempic face. Have you ever heard that phrase?
Yes.
So these drugs are great. They're helping people really get to a much healthier life, but they're wasting muscle in the face, in the core, in the glutes, and the pelvic floor. And so these people who didn't have urge incontinence or urinary incontinence do now, or that didn't have a problem with their core strength can't seem to keep it up. And so we're kind of working with them to try and rebuild those core muscles, rebuild those quads, hamstrings, glutes, pelvic floor. Again, living not just long, but living healthy and well.
Yeah, I love that. And I feel like that's such an important thing that most people don't really think about. And whenever you're going through your day-to-day life, or even as you are getting older, and especially coming as an OBGYN, like coming in and getting in and see that. Yeah. That is so interesting. Why do you think it's so important for this to be happening here in Waco and kind of to get that word out there?
Well, I just feel like a lot of people feel like they have to go to Austin or Dallas or San Antonio for these like quality technologies, for these experiences, you know, just for somebody to be thinking about that. And so I'm happy to bring that and just say, hey, we can do that here. You don't have to drive. We can probably do it less expensively, you know, and so I think it's important for Waco to be building that element of we offer all of it.
Yeah. And what can we expect at this event? Kind of give us the rundown.
Yeah. So we're going to be, the whole office will be open. Each room will be dedicated to a different treatment that we offer. There'll be wine. One of my office staff runs a charcuterie business called Board Mama. And so isn't that awesome? And so she's going to have her charcuterie set out and really just introducing people to the concept. It's different. People haven't heard of these quite as much. They were originally for aesthetics, and certainly that's what they're for. But there's a medical element to it as well. Yeah. And so that's what we want to introduce people to, the possibilities. One of the machines actually can decrease your visceral fat. It uses radio frequency to heat it up. And if you can get to your visceral fat, it decreases your cardiovascular risk as you age. So just those pieces that we want to be able to educate, but really show off the machines and what they can do and give people a chance to try them.
All right, perfect. And give us what time, where it is, all the info.
So our office is 405 Londonderry, which is actually in Providence Hospital. It's in the medical building right next to the ER. And we're in suite 312. We're going to have blue and white balloons everywhere so you can find the doors to get in.
Canvas it.
Yep, exactly. And it's going to be from 4 to 7 o'clock on September the 5th. We are trying to do it to where the moms can get to the junior high games and then come, or come and then get to the freshman games on Thursday night. So we're planning around our mom's schedule. But we just, like I said, hope to just introduce everybody to it. We've got some drawings for free sessions for people that attend. So just trying to introduce it.
Yay, that's absolutely amazing. This sounds like a wonderful opportunity that people definitely aren't going to want to miss out on, especially to kind of build that connection and, again, get your name out there, which is absolutely amazing. What would you say are you looking forward to most about the event?
I love to watch people's faces when the machines turn on. Because you say, it can do this and it can do that and it doesn't hurt and it feels like this. But when they first feel those muscles contract, either in their abs or in their pelvic floor, because it doesn't hurt, it feels really strange. And so just to kind of watch them go, oh, I can tell where that would work. Yeah. Like, it's just entertaining to me.
I love that. Well, that is absolutely amazing. We are definitely looking forward to that. And we will take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back.
Okay, awesome.
And now for a word from our sponsors. I need to get real excited.
Sure.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Sheridan Vasquez, and this is Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions. And I will be interviewing some of your favorite musicians and maybe some you've never heard before. Join me on Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions for something new every time. You can find Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemediamusic.com. Yeehaw. And keep the music playing.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, I'm April,
Hi, I'm Caroline.
and we have a new podcast for you. What's it called, Caroline?
Bloody Happy Hour.
It's going to be your new favorite guilty pleasure. We're going to talk about some bloody stuff. Serial killers, true crime,
Rape.
rapists. Why not join us? We'll have a good time.
You literally never know. I don't know what I'm going to say. Bloody Happy Hour. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
And now, back to the episode.
And we are back. So we were just talking about this exciting event that's going to be happening on September 5th from 4 to 7 p.m. that you definitely don't want to miss out on. One of the first questions that I love to ask when we get back from break is, what is something you would like to see more of in Waco?
I would love to see more little boutique clothing stores.
Oh, yes.
And little boutique restaurants. When we were in Alabama, there was a culinary institute, and it would have these little tin top tables with this fabulous food. So I'm a foodie, so I would love to see a little bit more of that in Waco. I love our wine shops that are popping up. I'd love to see more doctors move to Waco. I think sometimes we have to search for those, so I would love to see that. But I would really love to see Waco get all those things and still maintain the small town feel.
I love that.
Because I feel like that's the most special thing. The thing that I love about Waco is that I can go to the grocery store and run into people I've delivered and family and those kind of things.
Hey, I know that baby.
Exactly. Well, my kids hate going to HEB with me because we cannot make it through without somebody going, you delivered this baby, or do you remember this one? And they're back in the background going, oh my gosh. But I love it. Like, I love to see the babies that I got to introduce to the world. But the kids are always like, Mom, just put your earphones in and let's just walk. And I'm like, it's not going to happen.
How old are they?
I have a 19, a 16, and a 14.
So they are teenagers.
Oh, the 14-year-old is a girl, and the eyes roll.
We just had a Sweet 16 party this weekend for my little sister, so I got you completely.
Yes. Fun, exciting, but not impressed with walking through the HEB and meeting 6 people.
She usually just doesn't come with us, so
there you
she'll
go.
Be like, I'm good. I'm going to go to my room now. I'm like, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's great. And honestly, I feel the same way, like getting to see that. And so many people, especially like, have your same story. And I feel like I talk about this every time on the podcast, but like so many people either grew up here, go to school here, leave, go out into the community, go out into the world, and then get to kind of see that. And then like, we need to bring that back home to Waco.
Yeah.
We need to bring that here. We need to bring those experiences here. And so I tell people that's why Waco is such a melting pot, is because so many people go do that and then
bring it
end
home.
up coming back here and come back home.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. Some people have coined it the Waco suck. I don't really believe in that.
That's a terrible
But
phrase.
I know, I don't like that, but I do appreciate the sentiment. And I think it is so important, again, for people to go out, experience the world, and then bring that little bit here. So even you just saying that, that's wonderful to hear. And it's so just refreshing because, again, so many people go through it.
Yeah. Well, and when we went to Houston, I was bright-eyed, like, oh my gosh, I grew up in Lorena, Texas. We didn't even have a Bush's chicken growing up, And when I got to Houston, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's all these restaurants, there's all this shopping, but I really missed the feel. Like, I didn't know. I lived in an apartment for 2 years, didn't meet the people on either side of me, and I was like, no, this is not the feel that I want. This is not where I want to spend my life. So it was super easy just to come back and put down our roots and stay.
Yeah, I love that. And again, I know this kind of already, you kind of touched on it, but this goes into my next question is, what do you love so much about Waco?
Just the hometown feel. Like, people love their schools. They love their football teams. They love Baylor. I mean, all over town, people love Baylor, right? And so you just get that. And really, if you're here and you chose to live here, you love Waco. And so, and you can't say that about everywhere. Some people go to Dallas because they have a job there that's really great, or they go to Houston because there's a good job. But here, you're coming here. There are good jobs, but you're coming here because you want to be part of this community. And that's my favorite part, is the community.
Yes, I love that. And speaking of the community, obviously this event is a way for you to kind of get out into the community and get involved more. What would you like to see from this? Like, what is kind of one of your goals? Either quantitative, qualitative. I know this is kind of your kickoff event, but we're already over halfway through the year. So kind of what are you excited to see?
Well, our goal for our business is to just improve people's health. Let them get out more, let them work out more, help them lose weight, help them get their hormones straightened out, like just really focusing on wellness. So our goal long-term is getting people feeling better and living better. Short-term goal would just be to introduce this and really kind of ramp up on what we can offer.
I love that. And again, it sounds like it's such an amazing opportunity for people, and they might not even have known that this is available in Waco.
Right.
So it's really great to get to see that and kind of see how that's growing, and then get people involved and really spread that by word of mouth, as well as some great testimonials.
Well, and you see this a lot in Medi-Spas. And so this is kind of that different setting where you're really there looking at your health, your wellness, and not just the aesthetic piece of it. I feel like that's our kind of niche, is that it's just a little bit different, where our focus is really on that long-term wellness.
Yeah, I love that. And again, it does sound like that there's been so many people that have been wanting this, and that this is a need in our community. I'm sure you also have some great stories to tell kind of throughout this whole process of kind of how this got started and everything.
Yeah, I recently, just last week, saw a lady for her annual exam, wellness, and we were talking about it, and she said, my teenager wanted to run cross country, and so in order to encourage him over the summer, I said, hey, I'll go run with you. She said, I took 6 steps and went, buddy, good luck to you. Have a great run. Mom can't do this anymore. And I was like, oh, that's terrible. Yeah. I said, I have this chair. And we just kind of were chatting about it. And she walked out and she said, can somebody show it to me? I said, yeah. So she kind of went in, tested it out, came back the next day, did her first treatment.
Wow.
And sat down, had her 30-minute treatment. This isn't 100% normal. Usually it takes 2 or 3. But when she came back for her second treatment, she's like, I felt so good, and I didn't and so I ran so long my knees hurt. And I'm like, well, we can't fix that part, but maybe as you work out more, it'll be good. Yeah. But just seeing those changes where now she can run with her son. Like, I just love that.
I love
that's really fun.
And again, it's just like creating the personal element behind it, which is so important. And again, it sounds like there's also been a whole lot put into this to make this happen. So is there anybody you want to shout out that's helped along this journey or been able to get this started?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, of course, my staff is fabulous. My nurse, Sheena, we got our front desk, Krisha. Sarah does some of our billing, but has been absolutely part of this. And then Linda Black is our front desk person, and she's my media person. She says, show up, do this. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I'll go do it. So. Yeah. I've got a friend, Ollie, who's helped me with some videos to put online. That's been fabulous. Independent Bank, which is a locally owned, or started out local here, has been great in just helping us set up business strategies. And then Custom Health Waco, again, we work with them a little bit, so just great. And Rich Haskett is in my office with me with Waco Gynecology. So just putting it all together, those people have been fabulous, and thanks to them.
Yay. We love getting to hear that. And again, it does take a village, right? And it's one of those things where it's like, if we build it, they will come. And
That's
again,
what we're hoping.
This is a need. Yes. And this is a need in our community. Yeah. Like, I can already be like, hey, Mom, get over there.
And I've had a ton of my patients then send their moms, because you don't have to be a patient of the practice to access now the wellness center. And so that's been really nice because I've had several of my long-term patients say, I'm sending you my mom. I'm like, great, let's make her life better. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, amazing. And of course, how can we find out more information about this? How can we find out more about you? Give us all of the information.
Okay, so our website is cwcwaco.com. We have a Facebook page. We have an Instagram page for both the wellness and for the Women's Center. So any of those avenues is great.
All right, amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate your time being here. Last but not least, it's time for your little soapbox moment. Is there anything else you would like to share with our listeners today?
I think just come see us. We're going to be there September the 5th from 4 to 7. And I think I would just say come see us. Come visit us on September the 5th. From 4 to 7, Providence Hospital, Suite 312. Have a little wine, have a little charcuterie, and try out our new machines.
Woo-hoo. Well, thank you so much again. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Find us everywhere on all social media platforms, KNOW_Waco. Check us out at roguemedianetwork.com, and we're on YouTube under Rogue Media Network. Check out nowaco.com.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production. Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.